Ding dong. Here's a blast from the past. If anyone ever had tillage, probably in the 70s and 80s. This is a crow banger. Picked this one up at the same auction the power harrow was in, and I didn't think I was going to need it, but it turns out the birds are really trying to decimate the smallest field we have. There's probably about a quarter of it already flattened the net, so we have to do something. So now sitting in the middle of the night trying to get this working. I had no flint, but a neighbour had a spare one, which is in a bit worse shape, but there is a flint in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get one of these working. That's really interesting the way these work. I've no manual or anything, but I'm sort of figuring out as I go. I'm trying to get the flint sorted first. This is a little flint mechanism. The flint sits in here. There's a little roller wheel then that sits here. And whenever the gas goes into this, there's like a balloon in the bottom of this mechanism. The gas slowly goes in, so this is what sets the timer. This times your bangs, so this releases gas from your cylinder into a balloon in the bottom of this mechanism. As the balloon fills, it lifts up the striker. Once the striker hits a certain level, whack, it lets go, releases the gas out of the chamber, pulls the flint using that arm, and off goes your bang. So, yeah, gonna be a fun night trying to get this put together for the morning. But we'll figure it out. I'll show you when I get this mechanism put back together what it looks like. Right then, I'll show you how this flint mechanism works. You might see the spark and you might not because the camera's on. So the flint sits in this little tube here. This is like a little knurled roller, so same as like a Zippo lighter that flicks off the flint. This spring and arm mechanism push the flint up in, and this works from the balloon that I was talking about earlier that fills with gas when that mechanism releases. This goes down, and off goes your flint. Let's see if I can turn the camera. Nah, it's not gonna work. But anyway, you get the picture. I can see that it's sparking. Maybe you can't. That's the flint working. I'm going to try and figure out the rest of this mechanism now. And then in the morning, we'll hook a gas cylinder up. Because I can't do that tonight, I'll wake all the neighbours. And I'll wake my little girl. And I will have a very upset wife. Alright, I've got the earmuffs in, so my voice probably going to sound a little bit funny with this, but gas cylinder's hooked up. I've checked out the clockwork mechanism in the bottom, and it seems to be working. It's starting to lift the hand. So just before it trips, we'll start recording again and see if we can get a bang out of this one. Perfect, all's now working with this. I've set the timer, or the little gas regulator here that allows it to flow through, to go off about once every 30 minutes. Put this lid back over the mechanism and we'll transport it up to the field, get it set up, and hopefully get rid of some birdies because they are absolutely trying my patience. They've already cost me an awful lot of money.